Connected car. Yeah. Before moving to the connected car, I want to tell you a short story. Uh, Actually, a couple of months back, I got an opportunity to visit Malaga, Spain, to attend one meeting with a global certification forum. It's a certification forum for the whole European Union for the mobile devices. When I was there, I got the opportunity to see few kids, actually college-going students. They were doing some beta testing for the Google glasses. The interesting thing was they were not using it for the normal purpose, but they were using it for the blind people. It's quite a different thing, actually. So there is one company in US, Aira.io. What they're doing, actually, they took the Google Glass, the functionality and the portability of the Google Glass, and they're transmitting live video to the remote agent who is actually sitting, I don't know which part of the world, but they're guiding these people to make their life better, make their life easier by giving them live, I should say, help or like what to do, like what they are facing currently, and for example, they are giving the guidance like which way they should follow, or they are also helping them with the location-based services, which might include the helping with the taxi or restaurant, even reading the hotel restaurant menu cards also. So if we see this story, and so it's quite fantastic story, but if we see the technology behind it, and the technology what we are using for the connected car, the basic is same. And the basic is, the first thing is the hardware. So the hardware cost is getting cheaper day by day. I remember 10 years back when I was, that time I just started my career, and I thought of buying one laptop for my younger brother, and the cost was huge, actually. For the computer with a good configuration, it was around $2,000. Now we can get a computer with an excellent configuration in $200. So that's because of the mass production of hardware, and that is, the cost is reducing day by day. Second thing is a low latency network. Because if that blind person, if he's communicating with someone sitting remotely somewhere, the communication should be near to real-time communication. Otherwise, obviously, that person will not be able to guide him. Okay? So, and how we are achieving it? We are achieving it with the latest technology in a mobile technology. It's a 4G or whatever you call it. The basic principle is the latency. Okay? So, with LTE, we reach to around 50 millisecond latency, even less than that, actually. If the network is properly optimized, we can easily achieve less than 50 millisecond latency. It's like nearly a live communication, okay? And obviously, apart from that, the network whatever we are using can sustain or can support a huge amount of data communication, because this blind person, he is sending the live video feed to the agent sitting remotely, and that agent is watching what this person is watching through his Google glasses. Okay, now you take a right. Okay, there is a Foo Café, okay, on a next door. Okay, so he can see that live. Okay, so obviously we need the network with an excellent backhaul, which can support a huge amount of data transmission. No doubt, the GPS, which is, we know about it from the long time. So with a good amount of mesh of these GPS satellites, we can act, and if we have 3 satellites, we can easily predict the nearly the perfect location with around 10 feet of accuracy. I think that is quite good. And this satellite, the location-based services, data what we have for each location, which we might have mapped with the coordinates or the cities or the places with different sort of business sector, okay? And analytics, we can help this person to find out the business or the shop or maybe the taxi service or the restaurant what he's looking for, okay? So that's analytics is coming here. The next, which is very important, the buying capacity. Now, the people have actually quite a deep pockets. they can spend good amount of money now. It was not a situation some time back. Okay, so that's also one important factor. If you see in connected car, obviously the base is same, okay, but there are a few more factors. So the factor is, or we can see a trigger is the very important thing, okay, because of this we are expediting all our effort, all companies actually, they are spending good amount of money on investment and research, like the company Sigma Communication also, connectivity, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's a regulatory norm. Now, the European Union, the Russian regulatory and the government all over the world, now they want to implement certain some sort of rules or the norms for the automobile industry to implement e-call or the functionality, and with the help of that functionality, government want to reduce the traffic congestion. They want to provide emergency services as soon as possible. So all those things, we will cover up that things in detail. So comes under that things comes under the regulatory norm. This is very important. Again, there is a powertrain electrification. We also need to go through the certification process or making it standardized. Connectivity, this is very interesting. Vehicle-to-vehicle communication and vehicle-to-infrastructure communication. So especially these two things, this will help us to reduce the congestion, to avoid the accidents, and it will definitely, it is going to help the existing ADAS to make it even more precise automation of the vehicle. So that is one thing. Non-traditional entrance. So it was around 4 or 5 years back when first we started with M2M communication, and we used to, in the sense Tech Mahindra, we used to provide all the connectivity solution to the automotive OEM. That time we used to think, oh, this M2M business is not giving much to us. Because if we just consider the mobile phone, we have many other interfaces, connectivity interfaces, which actually gives more business, more opportunity to grow our business and earn more revenue, more services to the telecom operator. Whereas in case of M2M communication, it was just a data-only communication. But the same thing is changing now. The telecom operator, okay, they want to get a control of this M2M connectivity. There are many other things how they are going to take a good control on it. Obviously, they can't take 100% control of it because of number portability and lots of other things. But yes, this non-traditional entries of a telecom operator or the telecom solution provider, so it's giving a good boost to this domain. Now, automated driving, this is, I used to dream about this actually. Yeah, someday I will sit in a car which will drive automatically. I will just put address, okay, I want to go to my home from office, and that's it. Okay, so that is also one thing. This is actually currently present in a partial way, okay. Value chain, obviously, if we are going to include government, if we are going to include the infrastructure, this infrastructure also includes the signals and other things. We are going to include the PSAF or emergency services, telecom operator, there are electric car, the regular car, the traditional car, okay. Obviously, the value chain will completely transform, okay. We need to include, or we need to collaborate in a connected car domain. We need to collaborate with the players from various domains. It can be the regular automotive domain, the telecom operator, the solution provider, the people who are just working in analytics, people who are working in LBS services. So the whole value chain is now changing. So digital experience, which is a part of IVI, the shared mobility, people want to, like the government thinks the people want to reduce the use of vehicle. They want to share the vehicle. So that is not a big trigger, but yes, that's also one trigger. So this is something which is helping us to expedite all effort in this completely different converged domain of connected car. So these are the three things which were actually present from the day one, or I should say from long time. Okay, so ADAS, it was present. Many cars, they have automatic parking currently available, forward collision, and there are sensors which helps you to avoid accidents by moving from your lane to the another lane. So the traffic sign recognition, blind spot recognition, these things are already available in ADAS. Location-based services, which is part of telematics, it is already there. Okay, tracking and security, smart and remote activation, it's not that popular, but there is a remote activation available. IVI, this is our routine things everyone is doing in their car. We need a hand-free car kit. We just want to accept the car without touching our phone, maybe over the Bluetooth. That is a brought-in devices, integrating them, and listening our music by sharing the media, home link, voice recognition, rear assist entertainment. So all these things are present actually. M2M communication was also there, and these things are also there. Because of all these non-traditional player, government and all this, so now everything has been changed. The car industry has been changed, and now we are calling that revolutionary era as a connected car. That's what I feel, because these things are already present. Now let's see. Many people told that this particular business doesn't look like much promising, because they are not sure like which way they should go, whether they should invest or not, how much is the risk there, what the experts are telling. So there are quite a good research from GSMA, from SAB, and many other companies, including Tech Mahindra, obviously before investing in such a big domain, because the labs are very costly, and Sigma is quite aware about it. Labs are very costly, so we need to have a confirmed business case. Yes, this is going to give us a good amount of business. So yes, people are doing good amount of research there. Our company did, and we found, yes, this is quite promising. So this is what I see, this is what we see in the near future. So we are expecting 73% growth in this domain. So like up to 90% growth from 2014. So this analysis from the 2014 research, it takes a lot of time to do that analysis. So expected growth is up to 90% in this connected car domain. There are a few other, this is actually with respect to the number of units or the number of shipments, which we are expecting by 2018. This is a very close future. We have a slide still 25. So this is clear that who is changing this domain? It's obviously automotive OEM. They are investing in it, but who brought these changes is a telematics, or the revolution happening in a mobile communication. We got a LTE network and everything, because demand of all these solution, the connected solution was there from the day one. Government wanted to reduce the accident, it is there always. Okay, government wanted to prevent the traffic jam, it was there always. But now the situation is quite unfavorable to that solution. Okay, so obviously we need to see the telematics domain in detail. So from this chart, we can easily see like we are the revenue, which our revenue is coming out of this particular domain, it is going to increase exponentially. Okay, like starting 10 to 25, 2025, there will be a huge amount of money in this particular domain. There are three types of solutions actually. First is the current solution, which is tethering. So tethering means just connecting your phone to your car for whatever services and solutions you want. But there are some limitations. I will tell you about that. Integrating a device with the help of mirror link. Mirror link is a solution where you can just actually mirror all the applications of your mobile phone to your car infotainment system. Okay, and obviously, if we mirror all those applications from the phone to the infotainment, we can we also get access to that. So it is 100% accessible on phone, and it is 100% accessible on an infotainment system. So that is a mirroring or integrating a device embedded when the SIM card or the whole telematic solution is embedded in your device. Okay, so at high level, this is the thing. If we see the predictions, I think this is not a good slide. I want to use this one. If we see the prediction, So the integrated and embedded are going to work on the same line, okay? But if whatever trigger or whatever regulatory norms and hardware cost and everything, and obviously the approach from the telecom automotive OEM, if it is in favor of the connected car, I think maybe in a couple of years we will see the same graph for the T3rd and same graph for the integrated and quite improved graph for the embedded. Okay. So then what is the limitation with integrated or T3rd as compared to the embedded, or what are the advantage with embedded actually? So the advantage is we have a mobile phone. We are putting that phone to the car, but the mobile phone is always a separate entity. Okay, we can't control, or maybe the software perspective, maybe the security perspective, we can't control the car, okay, using our mobile phone. But if it is embedded, what we can do? If it is embedded, we can, because obviously there will be huge amount of software to handle all these fancy things. Okay, we can remotely upgrade our car, the software. We can remotely test or diagnostic of the car. We can work towards the fault avoidance because of the software faults or because of the errors in software. We can easily fix those things over the air. So it's a mobile device management, because all these things are mobile. So if someone is aware about the OMA, Open Mobile Alliance, they have a standard to manage the mobile devices remotely. So the same principle we need to apply on a connected car, and that is only possible with this one. Other thing is like e-call or emergency services. That is very much possible with the embedded only, okay, not with the T3rd or integrated. So regarding software upgrades or software patches, starting from the mobile, or whether it's a computer, or whether it is even a mobile application, okay. So usually all these solution provider, they actually prefer to send these softwares upgrades during off time, means when you are not using it, okay, remotely. Okay, now there is one more factor, is a customer satisfaction. Okay, you want to increase the customer experience, you want to improve the satisfaction. How you are going to improve it? You need to fix the defect in your solution. Okay, just fix it like time to time whenever you get some sort of defects, maybe from your user itself. Okay, there is some defect, you can just create a patch and you can push it. It is obviously it is possible, but you need to keep your device connected to your car always, because all these OEMs or whoever is a solution provider, they prefer to send such patches during off time. Consider you are driving and you are getting a patch. Okay, your car's, the whole infotainment system is upgrading. What will you do? Okay, we use infotainment system, okay, for multiple purpose, even for the navigation also. Okay, you are on a highway, and okay, the whole navigation system is, the infotainment system is upgrading. To avoid all those things, so it is preferred to have an embedded solution. But yes, that is definitely possible. So obviously in that case, it is more depend on telecom service provider. That's what it indicates, but it is not the case. So as I told you, or as everyone is aware about, this whole domain is completely based on the collaboration. Okay, there can be different ways of charging. In case of AT&T, if I give an example of AT&T, because we started working with them maybe a couple of years back. Connected Home, we started working 5 years back. So what they are doing a shared subscription. So one user can have a multiple devices, 2 mobiles, I have 1 tablet, and car also. So you can share your subscription with that. That is one thing. Second thing, any service, if increase the utilization of that service, or if there is a huge demand, obviously there will be huge production. Same principle is obviously that principle is applicable here also. So obviously cost is one factor, but obviously that is going to improve, because if telecom operators, or if they are going to increase the cost day by, if they are going to keep the cost at the same level, definitely the consumer will not prefer to go for this connected solution. They must need to reduce, they must need to come with some other plans. Okay, many operator has a separate plan for tethered and separate plan for over the phone browsing. Over the phone browsing is usually cheaper, whereas a tethered connection has a different charging mechanism. That is very easy. You can just set up a different charging mechanism in an access point APN on a network side in a GGSN. I'm sorry, that's quite going in a technical way. Okay, but that is possible. Obviously, telecom operator need to come up with some innovative charging plans. It's obviously it will be a shared charging plan. Okay, many operators have a shared data plan for the whole family. Okay, so that sort of concept, obviously, a telecom operator need to bring in. So yeah, that is one option. Yeah, there is one more thing, the number portability. With the number portability, you can change from one operator to another operator by keeping the same number. You can remotely provision your SIM cards. So obviously that the same concept is going to come in car because the SIM card will be embedded in your car. Okay, so you have an option to move from one operator to another operator. So what that particular thing is going to bring here, it is going to bring a competition. If you're not going to reduce your rates, you will lose your subscribers. Okay. And obviously, no one wants to lose their subscriber. Okay, if you start giving a good offer, the competition will increase, and definitely the telecom operator need to come. Obviously, they must need to come with a good or affordable solution for their subscriber if they want to keep that subscriber base with them. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, of course, it should be introduced, otherwise.
Yeah.
It's not feasible solution at all.
Okay. Yeah, we can have a different session on charging mechanism. Yeah. Okay, so the triggers that could lead to higher growth for the embedded telematics, so that thing is also here. So first is the hardware cost. Second is a high communication cost, so whatever we are discussing about, and the relationship, how we are handling it. Okay, so obviously if the hardware cost, so if the hardware cost is low, then obviously the automotive OEM, they will prefer to bring that solution from the mobile devices to their phone, okay, as a permanent solution instead of putting it as a tethered. Okay, so that's one trigger, and how it is going to impact different verticals in a connectivity solution. So embedded. So this is a domain which we are targeting for, that it will get impacted, positively get impacted by all these triggers. So obviously, if there is a cost reduction in hardware, definitely the OEM will put that modem or the telematics solution in their car. Okay, communication, the best available option is a shared data plan. Okay, and other thing is a web-based app, the smart for customer relationship. I want to explain it a little bit way. There are many applications which are also available on a mobile phone, and those solutions are also available on a web-based, just like a job website. You can just upload your resume through PC, but you can also apply from the mobile phone. There is a portability of that solution. Okay, if the particular solution is also available on a web-based, you can better retain your customer. From the satisfaction perspective, you can improve the satisfaction. How? I want to check my car. What's the condition of my car now? Okay. So based on the data analytics, what are the different things which I need to change soon? When will be my next car service? How is the engine health and everything? Okay. If we pull those data from the car to the application or to the web, user can have a better visibility to that. So the mobile application or the car application based on web solution, it is actually going to improve the overall customer satisfaction. So that has been predicted. So now the geography-wise, US is, they have started a long time back on this. The trigger mandate. So telematic mandates, the European Union, they have passed one law, and based on that law, by 2018, all cars need to have telematic solution embedded in their car. Okay, why? Because of the e-call solution. Okay, e-call will be mandatory by 2018. automotive OEM, they already started implementing in it. The last conference, whatever GSMA has organized, so the Spirent, Spirent is one company which provides a test solution for this e-call. And there is one more company, RNS. They have demonstrated a very good test solution, which is exactly a replica of what has been proposed by a European Union. So all car manufacturers, they must need to implement that solution in their car. That will help the customer to contact a PSAP. PSAP is an emergency service provider, to contact the PSAP in case of, obviously in case of difficulty, accidents, or there can be any other circumstances. Okay, so that mandate is actually going to give a good amount of push in a European Union. So yeah, obviously it has been already started. In case of US, the likelihood of that particular occurrence is comparatively low because there are many other things not standardized. But yes, there are multiple other things like that. I don't want to go through this number. You might feel it quite boring. So yeah, so the future is quite bright for this particular domain. And non-traditional players, government, insurance companies, and everyone, who, they are showing their good amount of interest in this domain, and all those interests are going to help us to improve or to expedite the overall growth of this domain. So that's what I can see from the prediction. So this is what Tech Mahindra is bringing in a market. We are in a sensors, we are in a cloud, mobility, communication, analytics, system integration and testing. I want to skip this because this is not a marketing presentation. Yeah. So e-call. So what is e-call? This is one of the important mandate what European Union has implemented, and by 2018 it will be 100% applicable to all car manufacturers. So it is a normal PSAP solution, but this is dedicatedly for cars. Okay, and what is the difference? So in case of normal emergency call, we need to give a call, okay, to the emergency services. But think about the cars, like if someone like go with some wrong situation, and if he's not able to handle his phone, or if he's not aware about where is his phone, is in a pocket or where it is exactly. So in case of e-call solution, the solution is embedded in a car. Okay, if you meet with the accident, so the car itself will initiate an emergency call. Okay, you don't need to talk. If you are not conscious, obviously, how can you talk? But that particular solution will give a clear details to the PSAP agent that yes, at this particular spot, my car is there, and I'm in a situation where I need emergency services. It will continuously broadcast the details of the location and everything, and the user or the customer will be able to get immediate facility or immediate emergency support, maybe ambulance or whatever it is. Okay, so that is one major thing by a European Union. Second thing is V2V and V2I solution. Okay, so obviously every government or every person want to have such sort of solution where the one car can, or the one vehicle can communicate with the another vehicle to avoid the accident, because I don't know the car in front of me whether that driver is going to press his brake. If he's going to press the brake, and if my vehicle is at a high speed, obviously I'm going to collide with him, right? So vehicle-to-vehicle communication. So the best use of that is obviously for the collision avoidance. Vehicle to infrastructure. So what is there in infrastructure? Infrastructure will continuously monitor the traffic pattern everywhere, and based on the pattern, it will give a detailed information on your infotainment system that okay, which route you should follow. Okay, because that particular route has a traffic, or you should avoid, okay, so that there will be the less congestion. So there are two principles. One is a platooning and another is a speed harmonization. So this is quite interesting. So in case of speed harmonization, so it actually gives a recommendation to each and every vehicle separately. Okay, this should be your speed, and this will help you to avoid the congestion. Okay. Another is platooning on the same principle, but for the group of cars. Okay, so cooperative adaptive cruise control in a series of vehicle. Okay, so that particular principle work on the same time on a different car. So now how it is going to help to the government, because government want to reduce the accident first thing, and obviously the impact on the environment. Okay, if you are in a congestion, if you are in a traffic congestion, obviously many people, they don't want to turn off the engine. Obviously you're burning the petrol, or you're burning the fuel, means that obviously carbon footprint is going to increase, right? And that is one of the biggest issue now. Okay, so that's the principle and the basic idea behind the V2V and V2I communication. ADAS, this is already implemented. So it is completely a sensor-based technology where your car will have a multiple sensor to monitor the traffic pattern, to monitor the road, the lane, what lanes you are following. It will also detect the pedestrian, whether someone is crossing or what. Okay, and so fatigue monitoring, this is with respect to the driver, and digital video recording. This is an added feature. Usually the cops car usually used to have this thing. Okay, if you are going to meet with some accident, so there will be some video of last 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That particular video you can present it as a proof. This is added advantage of this technology. So data analytics, or the big data, it is I think it's well known to most of the people. So whenever we use Google or any search engine now, obviously with the permission of their user, they used to capture all the data or all the keywords whatever you are searching on internet. It helps Google or the search engine provider to nearly predict like what you are looking for or the behavior of the user. So based on your search keywords, okay, and based on your interest, usually Google and all these search providers, including Facebook and all those things, okay, they used to provide the advertisement which are based on your interest. So if you search for a car, definitely for one day, definitely on the next day you will get a Google advert with a car. Okay, I have a car with this particular scheme, okay, on an installment available to the nearest showroom. Okay, so that's the very basic use of data analytics. But what is other use of data analytics in this particular domain? So this is for the fuel consumption optimization. Okay, based on like how you are using your vehicle. Obviously, carbon footprint is also one thing. Resource optimization is again what fuel you are going to use, and predictive diagnostic. So predictive diagnostic, particularly, which is of more interest for the OEM, is we have, for example, one particular car manufacturer, if they have 10,000 or 10 million cars available with the same model, same configuration available in particular country, and if they are getting some data from that car, okay, this particular part of the car, okay, we need to change it after this much time, okay, and if the car manufacturer has that particular data from multiple users, so that is actually creating a pattern, okay. So that pattern or that data, how that data will help? That data will help the manufacturer to improve the customer experience in future. Okay, I must need to change that part, okay, or maybe the configuration of that part. It was a plastic or fiber, okay, I will put aluminum now, next time, okay, something like that. Definitely, the data analytics will help in a customer experience. Testing perspective, so first is all cars, whatever cars or the connectivity solutions available in market, they must need to go through the several level of certification, okay. So I will just finish in 2 minutes, I'm sorry, I know. Yeah, so several level of certification, European Union and the regulatory body at the highest level is the CFCC, and you must need to certify your car through that particular, as per that policies. Sigma is doing that. Yeah. Next is, again, antenna performance. We have many multiple connectivity solutions, sensors. There are multiple antennas, minimum five to 10 antennas on your car. Okay. For V2V communication, V2X communication, you have a e-call solution. Okay, there is a dedicated modem or dedicated connectivity for it, and you have another modem which is for your inside car infotainment system, like mobile hotspot, data connectivity for everyone, live streaming or video on demand, and all those services. All these services need to go through the process or the certification that comes under CFCC. After that, there are GCF, PTCRB. This is for Europe. This is for US, and we must need to follow that. Okay, Wi-Fi, obviously we need to use the Wi-Fi in a car, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and there are rules for the e-call. Device management, this is quite interesting to monitor the health of your car remotely, and to push the patches, the software patches, the security patches to your car to make the car, to put your car in the best condition and to secure the car so that no one will hack your car remotely. Okay, and the security is the biggest question, and there are many things are going on a security perspective. Okay, there are many open forums who are working on a security, but it's still undergoing through a lot of development. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you very much.